London in the 18th century. For the English upper class, it was a time of perfume, powder, and silk, of luxury almost beyond imagining. It was also a time of unprecedented intellectual achievement and scientific development. Commerce thrived in England during the 1700s. The elite of London's high society were enjoying the fruits of a thriving city. Greatly influenced by the French in manners, dress, and recreation, the elite gathered regularly at London's coffee houses. Both men and women devoted themselves to colorful and extravagant fashion. Men carried snuff boxes and wore velvet or satin coats, silk knee breeches, and broad-brimmed hats decorated with feathers. Women wore silk dresses with hoops made from whale bones. Their elaborate petticoats were often quilted or trimmed with silver. By 1764, wigs and makeup were the rage for elite men and women. Powdered and stuffed with horsehair, women's headdresses grew to enormous proportions and were often the subject of satirical cartoons. If the fashion was high, the daily pace was leisurely and relaxed. To many of those living in London, life was like paradise. There appeared to be an abundance of money and opportunity. This life of leisure allowed time for intellectual pursuits and resulted in significant developments in science and technology. During this period in the 1700s, known as the Age of Enlightenment, Sir Isaac Newton developed his revolutionary scientific theories of gravity and lenses. James Watt invented his steam engine, and Robert Boyle invented modern chemistry. The city of London itself seemed to reflect the stimulation and energy of this new growth. Although the 1700s produced a number of notable works of literature, such as Gulliver's Travels and Robinson Crusoe, this was primarily a scientific age. This period of restoration and enlightenment gave birth to many of the technological advances and institutions that would dominate world culture for 300 years. It also gave birth to unforeseen problems that were caused by those advances. For every new factory, there were exploited and displaced workers. For all the opportunity that was offered by world trade and the growth of the middle class, there were breakdowns in the family system and the social fabric. As life became more urban and industrial, English society was changed forever. Today, we can see the origin of much of our own world in the events of the 1700s, the beginning of the modern age.